Yeah, the hashtag Work Fam loves you.
All 2 people.
More than 2 people.
Okay. I agree. No.
I'm eating my keto snack wings.
I could tell.
Oh, no, you could tell. They couldn't tell.
So how was your exercise this morning?
It was good. I can feel myself needing to increase the intensity, but I just plain don't want to. So...
I'm trying to define intensity.
Like heavier weights.
Okay. So not
like today I was weightlifting.
Okay.
So...
But you weren't dancing. You were.
No. I was listening to music. While I was weightlifting...
There we go.
While I was doing bicep curls with 12s, I was like, oh, I should probably be using 15s. But like, I didn't want to use 15s because then I knew it would have been difficult. I was like, I don't want to do that. So.
I like that. Well, I mean, it's a process. It is a process. You gotta start somewhere.
Hello, Sylvia. Hi, Sheila. Good morning, D. I'm glad you're here. Hi, TC. Gigi's here. Says good morning, Mr. Miss. How are you today? We're doing great. Good morning, Pamela. Beth says good morning. Weather's in Warcos. I know. Speaking of Warcos. Good morning, Pamela. Speaking of Warcos. Oh no, is it storming where you are, Dama? Hi, Felicia. Good morning, Erica. Hi, Rachel. Today, from the title of this video, if you could tell, it's all about Richard. Getting to know Richard.
What?
Getting to know Richard.
The title?
Yes, I made it the title so the people would know what this was about.
Okay.
TC said you did it. That's what's count. Yeah, I did do my workout. I absolutely did 45 minutes of exercise. Good morning, Lisa and Tony. Good morning, LaTanya. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning, Dre. Aaron's here, says good morning, everybody. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Sadio.
Morning, everybody.
So someone asked, I forget who, somebody on one of the comments yesterday, they were like, I'd like to know more about Richard, like how he spends his days and what his hobbies are and like what he does. And I was like, he's right here.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Richard, tell us about yourself. Good morning. Let me see. Pamela says, super foggy this morning. I was going to bike to work, but there's always tomorrow. Yeah, don't want to be biking in the fog. Hi, Leah. Good morning, Kelly. Joyce is here. Hello, back from Barry's mom's, where I had no internet. Very emotional weekend, but good to be with you all today.
Oh,
I'm glad that you're here, Joyce.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're here. JJ's here. Says, good morning, Autumn and Richard. Good morning, Whack family. Felicia said, started singing the song and getting to know you from the King and I.
Man,
good morning, Dino.
Memories. I think I was in school. That's how I saw that.
Okay, Richard.
Oh, okay. Well, I was born in a hospital. Some odd years.
If you have any questions for Richard, this is your time to ask. That doesn't even got to be me related. Like, just what do you want to know about Richard?
No, basically, I was born and raised in Louisville my whole life. Let's see. My dad was an insurance salesman, and my mom was a postal worker. So combined,
because they had the like moderately normal nuclear family situation.
Oh yeah, no,
better than I did.
Well, it definitely wasn't lost on me though, because around the age you start realizing it, like all your friends don't have both parents there. Like, hey man, I'm going to hang out with my dad later. You are? Like, oh, never mind.
I mean, my dad wasn't even in my house. Like, you know, I grew up with mom, grandmama, Aunt Beverly. Growing up,
my
dad.
Parents are still goofily married. I think they just celebrated their silver.
What is that? What number is that?
Like 25.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. No.
Is it?
They've been married longer than you've been alive, right? No?
Yeah, I think so.
So how old are you, Richard?
I'm 40.
You're 40, so how could your parents be celebrating their 25th anniversary?
So silver. So okay, that was about 10-something years ago. I'm sorry, I don't have a booklet here on the hand there. Like, okay, let me check the
they
dates.
might be married for like 50 years.
Some of the dates.
So Dewan's 48, right?
Huh?
Dewan's 48.
Yes. I'll tell some of the dates that might be semi-fuzzy. Okay, it was 2 days ago when they celebrated this.
Vita said Michigan is warming up. That's good. Rashana's here. Good morning. Rachel wants to know about your siblings, and Felicia wants to know what your exercise routine is.
Oh, let's see. I have 2 brothers, an older sister, me, and a youngest brother. So I always.
And they're all separated by exactly 4 years.
I know that is weird. That's the weird thing. My parents never planned anything.
In my opinion, the weird thing is the fact that you're the third child. I'll be the second boy, but you're the junior. You know, they didn't name Dewan the junior.
Oh yes, no. Oh well, I was going to say that's the running joke I always have with my family is that if given my order and if I wasn't the namesake, I'd have just been left like all over the place.
He would have been like Kevin McAllister. He was the classic middle child. So Dewan was the first child, so he was the boy. Then Tanette was the first girl, she was the girl. And then Richard's just in there for no reason.
I was the baby.
And then Timothy's the baby. Yeah. So he was just like, I got nothing.
I always make a joke like, if it wasn't for my name being your name, Dad, I'd have just been the one forgotten in the grocery store. Like, where's that one kid? I don't know. He'll find his way home. No, but that was basically my upbringing. And
JJ says, don't share too much now. Spill it all. Spill the beans.
I mean, ain't no my life's an open book.
Good morning, Shelly. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, Richard is 40. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm 40 years young.
Mm-hmm.
It mentally messes with me, but physically I realize where I'm at, so I'm like, it helps me out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
Richard is definitely a you're as young as you feel or you're as old as you feel type person.
Yeah. If that's 40, I'm loving it, baby. Ooh, you see this?
You know, I love when he flexes because I love the faces that he makes. Oh my god! Okay, so what was your exercise routine before? Yes. Well, just your fitness history.
Well, I'm just gonna give you the whole run through really fast.
Yeah,
I was basically bones from birth until I was like 17. Mm-hmm. I was like 17 years old. I was literally like the frailest kid you could ever see. Like, I actually had when I was younger, I had there was a bone in my chest that was growing funny, and the doctor was like, I was like, anything I can do with that? He was like, yeah, just get some muscle and it'll cover that up. But I ain't gonna die. I was like, good Lord, Doc.
Shade.
Okay, let me read some books. So I was like, no, that was like 16 years old, which of course at 16 years old, you're like, well, I mean, I'm trying. I'm drinking milk. I'm exercising. But no, I hooked up with my cousin like somewhere after that, and he was actually an amateur bodybuilder. Mm-hmm. So we spent literally in my mind, I spent like a summer and a half
hours in the gym
in a hyperbolic time chamber. Like it was so hot. The weights were so crappy. It was like at a local community center, and I mean we lived there. Basically, we woke up, went from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Went home for an hour. I went over to my grandmother's house for an hour because she lived in the neighborhood, and then went back to the gym for nightcap.
That was their full-time job for a summer.
Oh no, that was his full-time job. I quit after after 2 or 3 hours. I was just walking around look at that bird. Oh, that's a nice little bird. I mean, it took me to build up, and I didn't have that fortitude he had. Mm-hmm. But no, that literally taught me he taught me how to try to eat better, and then that's what giving my body. That's what in my mind gave me the energy to start. Once you start, of course, let me back up a little bit. It took a while to get any kind of gain. Okay, from bones to muscle, whether you're losing the fat or gaining the muscle, it takes time. Like the first I'll say 6 weeks. I thought I was just doing nothing. I was hitting my head on the wall. I was still bones, sweating and losing energy. So I was just but after a while, you see those gains and you see
the results.
Yeah. So it's we're all in it, but it's a slow. Everybody goes through it. It's a slow trough through mud. Basically,
he got addicted. And his muscle. He got addicted to working out, but his muscle actually stayed, it's one of those, you lose it sort of thing.
Well, that's the one thing.
Look at my camera, baby.
That's the one thing he used to always tell me was that it's like muscle memory. It's always easier. Once you have it, it's really hard to lose, but it's really hard to get as well. No, but let's see. And that's basically what got me my exercise regimen.
So what's it like now?
I continue to do. Actually, funny story. I was not when I graduated college. I was not an exercise junkie. I took, I'd say half a year off. Every other year, I'd be like, let me do stuff. And then when winter comes, I'm like a grizzly bear, I'd go hibernate. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Then summertime, the birds are chirping. Let's go outside and be active. So I would definitely do this, but my body would do this. Like it would be like
it would sustain you through the times you weren't, but it wouldn't quite buff up when you went back to it.
I know. I think I guess you call it fortunate.
Yeah, consistent.
Yeah, but no. Ever since in those times of me doing this, I think I like to add that I maintained a decent diet, even though I really overloaded in sugar.
It was carb and sugar heavy, but he always refers to his body as the locomotive. You know, it burns it off. You know, so that's why he didn't gain a lot.
Well, I was
weight.
Always trying to just remain way more active than I was intaking. That was in my mind. If your body's always doing all this, then as long as you're not just ingesting sugar and like other crap, like,
which I can do.
Yeah, just do like a little salad every now and then.
Oh my God.
I think that it'll push you through.
When we first started dating, you know, we didn't of course live together. So he would video message me every morning his jogging around the neighborhood with DJ. So there was a park near his house. So he would jog to the park with DJ and then he would jog back from the park. And then when he got back from the park, he would do like in his attic, he would do like some body weight exercises. And that was his daily routine. Oh,
yes. No. Well, exactly. No, that was, and it was basically, it boils down to you don't need a fancy gym. You don't need $100 worth of equipment. I had one bar up in the attic in my overhanging rafters that I would use pull-ups and chin-ups and everything. And then I would have like, and some dumbbells. And that was it. And like one weight bench that I never even changed the weight on. Like that was it. And it was basically just, there's always exercises you can do, change your form and change from this to this. That's something totally different, you know. And it's just, I kept it simple. 5 reps. I do like sets of 10 every day.
This is a fun question. Aurelia asked, do you call Autumn out when she needs it and observe it, or will it cause disagreements?
It really depends, because when she tells me to, then I'll say it. But like for the most part, she's sneaky.
Not about food, but just in general, about anything. Which the answer to that is yes. Like, so,
in general.
Yes, in general. So the one thing, but at least I can recognize when my, I guess, behavior is not consistent. For instance, you know, I'll say something, because y'all know how I feel about the kitchen. You know, you guys know how I feel about like dishes and pots and pans and all that stuff, right? So I will say, you know, Richard, this pan has been sitting in the sink for 3 days and you need to clean it. And he'll say, well, that cup has been sitting right there of yours and that doesn't bother you. And I'm just like, fair point. However, let's both clean our things, you know? So yes, he does call me out, and he does, I would say, bring to light the inconsistencies in my argument sometimes, but I recognize those. I'm not trying to say, well, regardless, I'm right and you're wrong. I'm like, I get that that's very inconsistent. However, it's just the way that I am, you know? And
I try to internalize it too, where it's like, I make sure I question whether I'm always in the right. Like, even though I had a point, should I push that hard?
Even though I had a point, should I push that hard?
You didn't do that first part. But I always, I don't want to, because it's like, it's a give and take.
Yeah, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. You know, I can say.
It's, I just know that for the most part, everything about it is perfect. So if I got to fix a couple of things about me, I don't mind.
Oh, my sweetheart. See, and that's literally what he does. And I'm just like, how do you stay angry at that? You know, like, okay, we'll just clean your dish and we'll be good. But at the end of the day, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I'm not going to get mad about the little stuff, you know? So, but yes, he does call me out and I'm just be like, dang, that really pokes holes in my argument when you say that. But like, I guess that's true. It
rarely happens. She's right for like 92% of the time.
One thing that I've really come to learn, it's not a matter of right and wrong. It's just a matter of preference. Like, It's not wrong to leave your dish in the sink. You know, it's just my preference that there aren't dishes in the sink. So it's like,
or at least none of my dishes.
And it's exactly my dishes can stay there till I get ready to wash. His dishes need to be used and put away immediately. So it's not, a matter of right and wrong. It's just like we're learning each other's preferences and which battles are worth, basically which hills are worth dying on.
Exactly.
I will die on the hill of get your dish out of the sink. So it's easier for him at that point to just wash the dish than to be like, put your stuff, so we each have our things. Yeah, we have our things that we're really, really, concerned about. And then, most everything else, we just let go. So Monet is here, says, good morning, Wife Fam. That's right, Richard. I'm in the 40-40 club also. It's like fine wine or cheese. We get better with age. Hello.
Exactly.
Hello. Lisa J says, good morning and positive vibrations to you all. I'll receive those vibrations too. Lynette says, is this Richard's first marriage too?
Wait, what now?
Is our marriage, have you been married before?
To be continued.
No, of course. No, he has not been married.
I have not.
You were engaged, though.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't engaged to that girl?
To you.
No. I thought you were engaged to your college sweetheart.
I was actually thinking of buying the ring at the time.
And then it all fell apart.
Before I walked in.
Infidelity. Oh, my God. That hurts my heart for you. Well, but this is our first marriages.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, since then I was very picky. I've been very picky and cautious, and until the right one came along, I was like, no.
Oh my God.
And then, sure enough, oh my God, this sexy creature.
Oh my gosh, you guys, he's caressing me right now. What is happening?
Walked into the room.
Pamela says, what was your first car? Did you get it at 16? That's actually an interesting question.
God, me and cars were a very interesting question. Actually, funny story. I was a really big geek when I was scrawny.
Were you really big geek?
So from 0 to 17, I mean, I was athletic and everything, but I was like a big video game nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, I didn't really get my license until 18 because
I didn't know that.
16, I was a gamer.
I didn't care about driving nowhere. I was sitting in my room.
16, me and Mario and Sonic were best friends. Okay, they were my BFFs.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
But when I finally did get my license at 18, I was
that's funny.
my freshman in college. Mm-hmm. So my very first car. Oh my God, I don't even want to say this. The very first car I purchased in Lexington with my older brother. Mm-hmm. It was only, actually, I should have saw the red flag because the dealer negotiated down.
Just take it. Look, you said 500, 300 to get it off the lot.
It was like a $650 car. He was like, you know what? I'll give it to you for $5. And I was like, ooh, I am just negotiating.
No, that is sales tactics 101.
Oh my God,
Make you think that you're getting a deal.
I bought it in Lexington and barely made it to Louisville.
Oh my God, the same trip?
It did not last 3 days. I mean, every light was on. I'm sitting there like, I was like 3 lights weren't even in the car. I was on.
I've never heard this story.
No. Me and cars were horrible. No, my mom laughed at me. I mean, okay, it was a tan Cadillac DeVille.
Wow,
it was a tan Cadillac DeVille with the dealership negotiated down. I was in there like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna be the stuff. They can't hold me. Yeah, that did.
Cynthia says, good morning. This is funny. Richard needs to go over to Amber's channel and talk about how he knew Autumn was the one. Confessions. What would the title of that Confessions moment video be?
I don't know. Confession, my love.
Daphne says, oh no, I'm so late. Hi, everyone. Daphne, I'm glad that you're here. Better late than never. Vita says, how is it with you both working from home? Are you getting things done? I'm getting things done. No, he's getting things done too.
I'm going at a pace relative to
the amount of work you have.
Yeah, my work has slowed down a lot, so I'm really taking my time.
Yeah, once again, you remember, you guys, he edits those the cooking programs. Well, they haven't been able to tape any programs because of all this, so there hasn't really been anything to edit. So he has like 2 lingering projects that are just like, what's the rush to get them done? Because when are we going to be even having any other ones? So, he's just taking it little by little. But we each have our own separate workspaces. So even downstairs when we work in the office, we still have 2 separate desks. And, we could still get along because it's very isolating work. It's headphones at your computer, so even though we're physically together, we, are separate.
Sneak a kiss every now and then.
Now that's tough. He'll just randomly look over at me oh, I got to get up. I got to kiss you. And I'm like, sit down and do your work.
Say all of that.
But I also can work upstairs too. So I have my office. I have another desk set up right here in the living room where I can, work and watch TV. So there are plenty of separate workspaces. So it's not like we're on top of each other at all.
And even if we were, she's okay.
Yes. Felicia said it takes a long time to learn the other person's living tics and modify that to suit each other. Yeah, we've been alone for a long time. Yes.
I think, we definitely wedding extreme, marriage extreme right now. Just got married to directly to quarantine.
Leah says, what are Richard's things that he needs you to do that you do for him? I really don't do. I organize our daily schedule. He'll wake up and be like, well, we got on the plan today. And it's like, well, don't forget, we're going to the grocery store today. Make sure to write your list down and do this. I'm the secretary of, I keep the house moving, but he definitely from a, house upkeep standpoint, he'll be like, well, sometime this week I got to get out in the yard, and it's like, we don't know what day that's going to be, but it's like it just hits him. It'll be 6:00 in the evening. And he'll be like, I'm going to go outside, try to start on the yard. I'm like, it's 6:00 at night? What are you doing? But I just help keep him organized. But the good thing is I'm glad we pretty much split all of our chores down the middle. It's one of those, we make the mess, we clean it up. We each do our own laundry, we wash our own dishes, we do that sort of stuff. So it is, it's very, separate that way, which I enjoy, so, but, it's mainly from an organization standpoint that I'm just, keeping order.
Yeah. I think that I didn't want to, you like what you like and you know what you know. So I didn't want to really ruffle that. So I've tried to make her coffee once. I think you've heard of it.
Coffee, you shouldn't have to chew. No, absolutely. Let's see. Lynette says, why didn't you move into Richard's home? Let me turn off my camera.
Well, at that time, I actually was saving up money
to buy his own house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was living with my parents at the time.
So he lived with his parents, and on the opposite side of town. That's one reason why I'm like, I can't believe we never met before. But he grew up on the absolute opposite side of town. And so, by the river. I'm not by the river. So he actually was living with his parents. And you guys, I am not opposed to someone living with their parents to save up money to buy a house. I think it's smart. Why are you paying to live by yourself? This was what I went back to with Kiana, my roommate. We had just been duped to living by ourselves for no reason. And then when Kiana moved in, I was just like, this is great. I love having someone live here. Even when, even with my mom, it was just I love having someone live in, I love living with someone, so, and it financially, you save money. You really do. If you're doing it the way you're supposed to. Now, granted, I've dated my share of guys that were living with their parents to save money to buy a house, but then I'll be like, oh, cool. Then that means you have money, right? How much money do you have? And they'll be like, oh, I don't have any, and I'm like, so where's the saving aspect of you saving to buy a house? So I really wasn't, I honestly did not feel any type of way about Richard living at his parents' house because he paid to live there, which, as any self-respecting person should, and as any self-respecting parents should make their kid do past a certain point, in my opinion.
And then using utilities.
Yeah, and then he actually was saving. He had a good amount of money in the bank, and I was like, okay, see, now this is what I can work with that. So number one, so he was actually living with his parents at the time, and B, I would not have moved to that neighborhood. It was so far away. You guys, you remember my entire family, I can throw a rock and hit them. Yes. I'm not driving 25 minutes that way for essentially no reason,
I think that just adds to the fact that it just worked out so perfect.
Exactly. And that's another thing. I was like, I don't necessarily, I don't see the advantage of being with a man that has like all of these things already that we either got to figure out how to combine or how to, what to offload and what to keep and how to manage.
That's true.
It's just like all of our situations were complementary. So
basically,
yes.
I said I don't know about destiny or whatnot, but there's some destiny going on.
It was definitely some destiny. Like I don't just the way that we fit together and how we met and how everything happened, just literally unbelievable. So I am really glad about that. Well, this was fun. Thanks everyone for your questions about Richard. We spent 25 minutes talking about you.
What?
I know. Oh my gosh.
Well, now I'm getting comfortable.
Sweetie, can you hand me my
tripod?
Nope.
Marker.
Yep. Oh, look at him reading my mind. It took the second try, but he read it though. Okay, guys.
I was in the area.
So let me see. I'm looking at my weight. So yesterday was a fasting day. It was good. Time. I felt full and just I felt a lot that yesterday in general, even though I didn't eat anything. So just fasting was really good. So I stepped. Still no number 2 though. I stepped on the scale this morning and I weighed 184.4, which is a loss of 3.6 pounds. Wow. That's good for a fasting day. Yeah, I'm loving being back, 184, 183. Really looking forward to the 181, 170s. So Lisa said, thanks for sharing with us, Richard. That was really cool.
Definitely unexpected.
Yeah, I literally told him, I was like, oh, we're talking about you today. He was like, talking about what? I was like, no, just talking about you. But like, why? I was just like, somebody asked to learn more about you. So
well, I never mind sharing. That's okay.
Exactly. So
my life is an open book.
Good job, Richard.
I know I did that.
It's you look at your post.
That was level.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Aurel says smash that like button for all the sharing and caring. Thank you. I agree, Aurel.
That's a like button?
Yeah. What is that? It's in the shape of a thumbs up. So I'm feeling good about this number. I'm feeling good about the exercise that I did today. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I'm feeling good.
Lost the thing that you did.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling good about my plan for eating this week. Everything is measured, everything. It really is just more mental. It's crazy how it's all mental. Because you guys saw, I just had my snack mix.
Oh, yes.
And normally last week when I was eating my snack mix, as soon as I was done, I was just like, oh, I wish I had more. But like for some reason today, it's calmed my mind. Like, okay, I've already had it pre-measured. I know exactly how this fits into my macros. I ain't trying to go off plan today. So I'm, I feel good. My mind is at ease. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me happy. D says, have you had your Zip Fizz? Got to keep your electrolytes up even when you're not working out. It helps keep me regular. Oh, true that. I have had Zip Fizz. I had a couple of swigs of Zip Fizz today for my workout, but it's actually still in the refrigerator. So yeah, I'm probably going to have that in a little bit. That's true. The electrolytes and the caffeine helps.
Alicia asked, what was wrong with the car?
What was wrong with the car? It just...
Everything was wrong with it.
Yeah. It's just like the engine, the transmission, the tires. Everything about a car that could go wrong.
Muffler.
That is so funny. So he basically just got $500 out of you.
And Dewan was there, but he was like, I'm going to let you do your mistakes on your own. That's not why you're here. You need to kick the tire.
That is so funny. That actually made me laugh.
I know. It was a funny time. I threw $500 out the window.
Aurelia says, Autumn, do you think you would want to change your thoughts on bars to match your meat stick feelings? I mean, I would love if that were the case. Well, first of all, it is psychological, but like it's not that I mind. I don't want to dislike bars, though. I love
meat sticks.
I just don't like meat sticks. I'd actually rather change my thoughts for meat sticks to feel like bars. Like that way, I could just substitute a bar craving with a meat stick, but I can't do that because I don't like them. So it's just really about. It's just about it's just about planning and being in control. It's like setting myself up for success with my plan. So that's what I think is important. So
I love that.
Yes, Leah says, way to keep going towards your goal. Hashtag 179.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. She right there.
So I am. I love the train emoji. Absolutely. So Vita said, my first car had an orange engine.
Well, did you get a discount before you bought it?
Cat Luna says, late, but I'm here. Yes, absolutely.
She's like, well, the engine's orange, so I'll knock off $300.
Everybody, don't forget, today is Aaron, aka AD Keto's birthday. So go over to Instagram, or if he posts anything on YouTube, I don't know, just go right on his wall, whatever that is. Happy birthday! Go wish Aaron a happy birthday. So yes, absolutely. I don't like meat sticks either. Yeah, I mean, there are only a few types of. I don't like meat sticks. If anything, I'm more of a jerky person. And then on top of that, if anything, it has to be spicy. Like, it can't just taste like regular.
If I'm in the middle of nowhere and that's all we got, I'm fine and dandy.
No, absolutely. So,
actually, we're in the middle of everywhere. You know? Apparently, I just like meat sticks.
You just like meat sticks. I wish I could, but I don't. Okay, so we are going to get working. I have a lot of stuff on the Tim board to do today. Number one is Espanol. Well, I should say numero uno at that point is the Espanol. So I'm going to get working on that. I got some meetings. I got some shirts to make, everybody. And I got some learning to do. He's going to go edit his last project, and then he really won't have any work to do for a while.
One more.
Okay, well, then get done and do it again. Okay, so I will, we'll talk to you tomorrow. This was fun. If you have any more questions for Richard, comment it on this video down below, and then, we'll just do this randomly. They want to know everything about you. You're so interested. I would not have married you if you were not this interested.
Good point.
Okay, everybody, have a good day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Oh,
Divorce.